everybody, it's Allie Edwards, and this is week 31 in my 2024 Project Life album. Again, this is a 9x12 album. So for week 31, if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen me talk about the idea that I was going to do on this particular week was that I took a 12x12 sheet of pattern paper that had 4x6 cards on it. So sometimes when I'm designing 12x12 pattern paper, I am thinking about ways that the pattern paper could be used for people who do pocket style scrapbooking. So I cut these all out, I had them all set up, and then during the week itself, I simply went ahead and wrote down a few facts about the day. I also added these story chipboard pieces. Those were from the Week in the Life kit this year, and then I added 3x4 photos. So this was a screenshot and then a couple photos of the yard and a couple other things that were happening in this particular week. So a nice reminder that you can focus more on the words sometimes and less on the photos. You can have a spread that's all full of words and maybe has 1 or 0 photos. That's going to be totally up to you. So I loved this as a fun way to approach the week, especially if maybe you're thinking ahead a little bit and you're like, oh, that would be fun. I could do that for my next week or my next month or however it is that you are documenting. I love also that the majority of this was finished by the time the week was over. So that can also can feel really good too, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So this is another beginning of the month here. So this is the beginning of August. So I'm bringing in a few of the pieces from the August Stories by the Month kit. I have a vellum in here. This is a 6x8 insert. I have the monthly card. And then in terms of embellishing, I'm only going to do a couple more things on here, which is essentially, I want to add something on here. I think maybe not. Maybe I'm just going to add it on here. I feel like this one already has kind of a lot of things going on, and it's mainly because of this pattern, right? That is a pretty bold, colorful pattern. But on the chipboard pieces for Stories by the Month, I'm going to pull these out and just let them kind of fall out here and add them over to my pile. I love this one that says, I'm always thinking about creating. My future starts when I wake up every morning. Every day I find something creative to do with my life. That's a Miles Davis quote, and I love it so much. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm simply just going to add it on to this vellum piece right here. And then in my stash, I went in and I found another of the same shape. So again, many of you guys, or most of you guys know by now, I love sorting my embellishments by shape, especially the chipboard pieces and things that we've offered in past kits, because it makes it really easy to do little projects that may have repeated shapes on them. So I'm going to go ahead and take this. I like to lay it on there. I'm going to try to place it right about in the middle. I added rolling adhesive on there, and I'm going to call that good enough. Doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes you can line it up right here so you can kind of see there. And then I'm going to add this one that says around here. So probably either from the literal around here kit or maybe the right now kit. Could have been either one of those. And then I can just add it directly onto the back there, especially for a piece of vellum. This is a great way to do that. I also considered these two pieces from the August Stories by the Month kit. These could go back to back on top of the vellum, or you could use the other side if you didn't like one of the particular sentiments there. So something, you know, thinking about the vellum and thinking about the fact that sometimes it just looks cool and it's a fun pattern and it can be a way to just add something simple in. So I'm going to go with that. And the other thing I need to do here is I need to add in, I think I'm going to handwrite on here. I think I'm going to handwrite currently reading or just read, maybe, because those were 2 books that I just finished. So let's write just read. And then I think on the other side, I'm just going to say welcome August, because that's kind of the beginning of that. So sometimes I stamp on these, sometimes I handwrite. There's just lots of different things that you can do. So I like that as an entry. Okay, so in case you missed it recently, I've been posting a bunch of Project Life spreads, so you can see all of those on the blog and YouTube. But this is a look at week 31. Super easy. Super easy. You can do this. You can absolutely do this. I'll see you guys back here again soon.